Jamie, we've got to start with Manchester United. Amorim says they're the worst United team in history. Are they?
Well, I don't know Manchester United's history as well as Gary Neville, but I must say I think it was one of the most bizarre and ridiculous things I've ever heard a manager say. I mean, why you would make a comment like that? That's the type of comment a pundit would make, someone in my position, and he'd have to defend that in some ways. But I don't know what he gains from that, what the benefit is. That we all know it's a poor Manchester United team. And in some ways, we're talking about Manchester United today. We'll probably cover them on the show later because of what the manager said. Because before that, they'd lost another game at home to Brighton. They've done that in the last couple of years anyway. We know it's a tough season. We know it's a poor team. He's just blew something up. That will be a quote that will follow him for the rest of the season. And when he said that, I think he said to the journalist there, waiting, I'll give you a headline. Why you would want to do that as a manager, I will never know.
Take us inside the dressing room. You're a Manchester United player and you hear your manager say you're in the worst team in your club's history. What does that do to you?
Well, it certainly doesn't help you confidence-wise, going forward, or maybe belief-wise, And listen, I've got not much sympathy for the players in that Manchester United dressing room. I mean, they've been a joke for a few years now. And then I think a few weeks ago, after they played Liverpool, there was an interview with Lisandro Martinez where he was talking about the mentality and tapping his head. That was different today. I mean, I nearly burst out laughing when I saw that, to be honest. The amount of times Manchester United have basically threw the towel in or had bad performances over the last 4 to 5 years. So I've got not much sympathy in the dressing room for the players. But what I would say is, from the manager's point of view, how can he then go into the dressing room between now and the end of the season and continually try and sort of build them up and give them belief in a team that they can go and beat the opposition, whoever they come up against, if he's said they are the worst team in Manchester United history, or certainly one of them. So at no point can I see what he's going to gain from that.
Do they have to go into the market, get rid of a number of players they've got and bring in players who can play in his system?
Yes, they have to do that, but that's in the summer. I don't think he's going to be able to get the players he wants in January. We know it's a tough market, whether to sell players or bring players in. I think it's doubly difficult this season because of the European competitions have gone into January. So I think if I'm Manchester United, I'd almost be keeping my powder dry for the summer. There's going to be a lot more movement. You can get players who you want in, then get players out as well. So what you don't want to do is end up spending money, and then it comes to the summer and you think these players aren't actually good enough to improve this team or the system. But they're going to have to go through a lot of pain. I think the manager knows that. We all know that. And we accept that. I don't think there's too much mounting criticism around the manager. Had a few good results of late, away from home at Arsenal in the FA Cup and Liverpool in the Premier League. We know it's going to be a roller coaster because the players are not good enough. They've shown that with different managers and with different systems. But I can't get away from the quote that he said. I just do not believe that was in his best interest at all.